Hey guys, it's Morgan, and I'm here with my Aunt Carrie, and today we are going to be doing the Judge a Book by its Cover challenge. So I'm going to pick a book, and she's going to try and describe to me what the book is about just by looking at the cover. So let's get started. Oh boy.
Book number 1, Stormbreaker. She has not watched this movie yet.
But you told me about it, but I can't remember. So, it was late one night, and these bad guys broke into his house, and they kidnapped his little brother. And so he's on this adventure to try and find his little brother. No, I'm not even close.
Good.
And he stops at nothing. Like, he chases down helicopters on his motorcycle, and he goes head first from a helicopter into the lake. They must have thrown his brother in the lake or something. But point is, family's important, and he'll stop at nothing to save the brother.
Okay, so
And now, what it really is.
so he's a spy. He does not have any siblings. He does not have any parents. He was raised by his uncle and their housekeeper Jack, and his uncle dies, and it turns out he works for MI6, and they recruit him for this Operation Stormbreaker mission because this guy is just giving away all these nice computers, thousands of them, to schools, and they think he has some ulterior motive, so they send him in because nobody would suspect a kid to find out what's really going on.
There you have it.
Yeah, good job.
Book number 2, The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton.
They're brothers, right? Or no, they're just a group of best friends who get into a lot of trouble because they're rebels, and they murder somebody. And they hide the body, but somebody witnessed it, so the cops are out for them.
Okay, that was pretty good.
And yeah, I'm just gonna stop there.
It's really good. So, one of these people is Ponyboy, Curtis, and he has 2 brothers, which Tom Cruise is one of his brothers, I believe. And his best friend Johnny are at a park one night, and they're the greasers, so they're from the wrong side of the tracks. And then there's the Soches, they're from the rich, prominent families. And they kind of are against each other always, and they always try to beat each other up and outdo each other. And so one night, Ponyboy and his friend Johnny, Ponyboy's 14, Johnny's 16, are at a park in the middle of the night, and 4 drunk Soches try to, basically they almost kill Ponyboy. They are dunking his head in this fountain, and they're not letting him up for air. And Johnny, who was beaten up by one before, ends up stabbing one of them, and he dies. And so the other ones run away, and they freak out and go to their other friend who's been in jail several times to ask him what to do, and they kind of go hide out, trying to wait for everything to cool down, and things get worse from there.
I don't know.
So you're really close.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Book number 3, 100 Cupboards by N.D. Wilson. I love this book.
Okay. I can't read the back?
No.
Okay. So this book is about a little boy who has to move away from his house. And they come to this creepy old house that he doesn't really like, but he finds a secret room with 100 cupboards in it.
You're doing good. Keep going.
And so, what does the little boy do? Of course, he opens all the cupboards, and he finds this awesome cat. This one, right there. And they become best friends, and they live happily ever after.
Okay, you did really good. You did really good. So the main character is Henry. He's a little boy. He's like 12.
Oh, yay!
His parents are reporters, and they end up getting kidnapped in South America, so he goes and lives with his aunt and uncle and his 3 cousins, and he moves there, and he doesn't like it, and it's this creepy room in the attic, and it's got 99 cupboards.
Oh.
The 100th cupboard is not in that room. It's in a different room. But this cat is an evil cat.
Oh, not best
And
friends.
It's kind of the eyes of the... Well, each cupboard leads to a different world. except for this one. This
That's
you
cool.
turn these knobs and put them on certain numbers, and it'll go to different cupboards. And there's a cupboard downstairs in another bedroom that you crawl through, and that's how you end up in the world because these cupboards are little. And this cupboard ends up popping off, and this cat comes out, and it's like covered in sores, and it's really gross and skinny and ugly, and it attacks him. And the good cat, who he has as his friend, fights him off. Turns out this cat is the eyes to an evil sorceress who wants to be freed from this prison that she's stuck in, and he kind of accidentally gave her a way out.
I believe this is book number 4. The Hooded Man by Jay Bennett.
Okay. So this one is just this normal guy who lives in this normal town, and he has a normal family, and they have normal neighbors and normal everything, right? And then out of nowhere, BAM! This guy just pops up, and he's totally not normal, and he haunts this guy. So it turns out that his grandparents used to be adventurers, and they found a hidden treasure. And
Oh, I'm interested. Keep going.
and they hid it somewhere because it was passed down to his parents. And so this guy knows about it, and he wants the treasure, and so that's why he's hunting him.
So this is about Corey.
Oh, yeah.
That's his name.
I forgot to mention his name. It's Corey.
And this hooded man is haunting him, yes. His friend died. He fell off of a roof. And him and I believe 3 or 4 other friends were there to witness it, but couldn't do anything to save him. It was a total accident. Nobody was to blame. And this hooded man is killing his friends one by one and saving him for last because
Oh my
they
gosh.
blame him for the death of this kid, and so he's just trying to figure out who this person is who's killing his friends.
Book number 5, The Eye of Minds by James Dashner.
Welcome to the Vertnet, a world beyond your wildest dreams and your worst nightmares. Okay, so this main character, we'll call him Jeremy. He it's kind of like Inception, that movie. So he gets invited to do this program for school, right? Help him get into college and whatever. But he doesn't realize how dangerous it is because they go into his mind, and he pretty much just goes into a separate world, and where the buildings are like not regular buildings.
Like Inception.
Yeah, the book is Inception. I would be a terrible author.
Okay, so this guy's name is Michael.
Dang it.
And he's a gamer. The Vertnet is a virtual reality game. Basically, you lay down in this tub thing, and these wires come out and plug into your body, and your mind goes into the game, so it feels like you're actually there. And there's a terrorist group in this game that is taking over people's minds, and so they'll go to a certain part of this game, and they won't wake up. They'll get stuck in the game. They can't come out.
It's a way cooler idea than what I
And the government hires this kid Michael to go in and try to figure out why these guys are disappearing, who these terrorists are, and get back to them with this information. So that's, basically what it's about. Book number 6.
Well, this book, you would think it's about a bird, but it's not about a bird. It's about a forest fire. This is just a regular story. It's based in Montana, and it's like year 2017 where everything is on fire. And this bird drops some matches. The main character is a firefighter, and sorry to give the book away, but he ends up dying in the end because he's consumed by fire.
Alrighty then. She's right. This book is not about a bird.
Really? That's awesome.
And the main character is not a firefighter who dies. It's based in the town of Hartwood, Montana. Get going. The main character is a kid who works for a lady who rescues injured
Birds?
raptors. That's why there's a bird, because it's a big part of the book. And his stepfather is a logger. And there's all these fires going on, and the loggers are blaming it on the people because they're all save the planet and don't cut down any trees, and they're saying, well, if we would have cut down the trees, the fires wouldn't have started, it would have been thinned, it would have been all good. So basically, they know it's arson, and they're trying to figure out who set the fires. Book number 7, The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan.
Oh, jeez. This guy is really creative. I'm gonna butcher this. Okay.
I'll give you a hint. This is a sequel series to Percy Jackson, but Percy Jackson isn't necessarily the main character.
Okay. So, I'm gonna guess that's Annabeth and Luke and some other dude. Because they're looking for Percy Jackson, because he's the lost hero. Right? Right? Yeah? You feel me? So, Luke, the jerk, he doesn't like Percy, you know, from the Lightning Thief. You all know that story, right? And so he somehow, I'm not going to go into detail because I don't want to give all of the book away, but he took Percy to the underworld with Hades and left him there, and then went and told Annabeth and whoever this guy is that he was there because he didn't want to look like the bad guy, so he's like lying, right? And has an even more deception plan.
More deceit.
Yeah, more deceit planned.
So they're just trying to
But-
find Percy?
They don't know that they have a traitor in their midst. In their midst.
in their midst.
You know what I mean.
Okay.
I'm tired.
So, actually, this is Leo,
Who's Leo?
Piper, and Jason.
Oh.
They are new characters. So, the Percy Jackson series is about Greek gods. The series is about Roman gods and Greek gods. You're right, Percy Jackson is one of the lost heroes, but there's actually two because Jason, Piper, and Leo wake up on a bus on a field trip with no memory of anything ever. So it's basically them trying to figure out why they don't remember anything and what happened to them. And book 7, Maximum Ride, The Angel Experiment by James Patterson.
Well, this is a lot to go on. So this angel fell out of the sky and it hit Maximum in the head. And so they had to become best friends, of course. I mean, you'd want to be friends with an angel too. And surprisingly, nothing bad happens in this book. It's unlike any other story. Because they just meet and they're friends and everything is happy.
This book is called The Angel Experiment because one of her friends that she takes care of, her name is Angel. Basically, they're 98% human, 2% avian, so they have wings and superpowers. And Angel can read minds, and so the people who created them, who they ran away from, capture Angel because they're most interested in her power, and so they're experimenting on her, and Max and the 5 other kids with her, or 4 other kids with her, are rescuing Angel from being experimented on. Thanks so much for watching, guys. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!
Peace out.